One last gasp for Edmonton. Florida trying to end it up against the wall, which would be fitting. The Florida Panthers have won the Stanley Cup.
One year later, the rematch is on. The Edmonton Oilers and Florida Panthers are back. Two teams that battled all the way to the end last year, one ending in heartbreak and one ending in glory. After a season of redemption, resilience, and unfinished business, destiny brings them face to face once again. When the Panthers lifted the cup last year, it felt like the culmination of a gritty underdog story. But this year, it's different. Florida isn't sneaking up on anyone. They're the hunted now, not the hunters. And the Oilers, they're not just back, they're better. Faster, deeper, and fueled by the sting of watching someone else skate with their dream. Let's start with what's different. Florida's core is largely the same. Tkachuk, Barkov, Bobrovsky, Ekblad. But this team's managed to add even more toughness and playoff experience. The addition of Brad Marchand has created the most feared third line in the NHL, and one that looks to pick up right where it left off in the Eastern Conference Finals with the positive injury updates on Luostarinen and Lundell. They also bolstered their back end, showing how good Seth Jones can be when he's not in the defensive zone for 20 minutes a game. Sorry, Hawks fans. On the other side, Edmonton's biggest upgrade, their depth up and down the lineup. They added Jake Wallman on the back end, who has 6 playoff points, second only behind Evan Bouchard for points among Oilers D-men this playoffs. They also have received key contributions from additions to their bottom 6, with 16 combined points from Victor Arvidsson, Jeff Skinner, Vasily Podkolzin, and Kasperi Kapanen. While much has remained the same for these two teams, they have, if anything, gotten even better than last season. Still, despite the changes, the DNA of both teams remains familiar. Florida's physical, relentless style versus Edmonton's quick strike offense. Last year's 7-game Stanley Cup Finals averaged a staggering 5.9 goals per game, and this year will likely be no different. The Panthers edged the Oilers out in both regular season matchups this year, with a combined 18 goals in only 2 games. Just like last year, this final will be a clash of tempo and skill versus toughness and tenacity, in a back-and-forth high-flying affair. In addition to imposing offensive ability, both of these teams have also proven that the road doesn't scare them. Florida is the first team in NHL history to have 4 road wins by 4+ goals in a single postseason. Their plus 27 road goal differential through 10 road games is the largest in NHL history. Edmonton, they are 6-3 on the road this postseason. They went into Vegas and won 3 of 4 games in a raucous T-Mobile Arena. They silenced critics by going into Dallas and shutting down one of the most balanced teams in the league with a notable road shutout in Game 2. Now, Edmonton has home ice advantage for the first time in the playoffs and hope that the crowd at Rogers Place can help put a stop to Florida's road success. So what will determine who hoists Lord Stanley? Well, obviously there's this guy. It could not be more clear that Connor McDavid has a massive chip on his shoulder and is playing fearless hockey in pursuit of his first Stanley Cup. And it's not just the flashy goals. He's captaining a team that has 3 shutouts this postseason and is taking as much, if not more, pride in their defending as they have in their offensive prowess. Yes, the Panthers have superstars, but no one in the league can touch the impact that 97 can make on a game. One key for these teams is depth. All but 3 Panthers forwards have scored at least 1 goal this postseason. Amazingly, the Oilers have been able to top this, with every single forward recording at least 1 goal through their first 3 rounds of action. Adam Henrique, Matthias Janmark, Corey Perry, and Connor Brown only make combined $6.85 million AAV this season, but have contributed 19 goals in these playoffs. If Edmonton continues to get this production up and down the lineup, even Florida is going to struggle to keep up. Another key to success is special teams. The Oilers are at a whopping 30% of the power play this playoffs. However, they are facing off against a Panthers team that has an NHL playoff leading 87.9% on the PK. Even with the strong penalty kill, Florida may be playing with fire if they don't make a greater effort to stay out of the box, with a playoff leading 279 penalty minutes. There are only so many chances that Edmonton's power play can get before they are bound to cash in. On the other side, while the Panthers' power play only sits at 23.2%, They have drawn the most opportunities this postseason with 56 and square up against an Oilers penalty kill that is sitting at third worst of all playoff teams at 66%. With significant strengths and weaknesses on each side's special teams, this is going to play a huge impact in this series. Lastly, like any playoff series, this could all come down to goaltending. Last year, the final showcased two goalies sitting at the top in save percentage, and this year is more the same. Stuart Skinner is looking to close out his redemption tour and convince Oilers fans he is the guy. Bob just continues to be Bob, with game after game shutdown performance. There is one thing to keep an eye on. At 36 years old, Sergei Bobrovsky has played for double the amount of time that Skinner has this playoffs. While this has not appeared to hinder him yet, could the one-man crease begin to fatigue in Florida, especially with an Oilers team averaging over 30 shots per game? Either way, fans are on the edge of their seats to see what happens with this goalie matchup. As the calendar flips to June, this season's Stanley Cup final is upon us at last. Both teams are battling to cement themselves a legacy. Florida is looking to achieve dynasty status, shooting for back-to-back cups and 3 consecutive finals appearances. Edmonton is fighting for a nation, hoping to bring the cup back to Canada for the first time since 1993. It's oil country versus the Sunshine State. Dominance versus redemption. One team will write their chapter in history. Let us know who you think gets their name on the cup below.